Before you spend any of your Roosevelt dimes, you definitely want to look for these different types of mint errors that can give those coins some extra value. Now we will start with an older silver coin from 1946 that was struck onto a defective planchet, but this can happen on other dates as well. You'll see that there clearly in the image displayed. The coin is graded and authenticated by NGC, and this dime ended up selling at auction for $149. Moving on to a 1962 Roosevelt dime. Again, if you have these dimes from 1964 or prior, they are 90% silver. So they're always going to be worth more than 10 cents because of their silver value. But this coin ended up selling for a little over $100 because it has a mint error where the obverse of two planchets were struck together. And as you flip the coin over to the reverse, you'll see the result of that mint error. Again, a $100 dime there. Now moving on to a 1964 dime, the last year that they made 90% silver dimes for circulation. Now you can see here on the obverse of the coin that it has been struck through reading, and the reverse of the coin also has a strike through. So this is graded by NGC and authenticated as a mint error, of course. And this coin ended up selling for $228. Moving right along to a different type of strike through, you'll see that on the obverse of the coin here on Roosevelt's head. Now there can be all kinds of different strike throughs, right? It could be struck through reading, could be struck through a piece of cloth, could be a fragment. There's multiple different strike throughs out there on different coins. It doesn't even have to be a Roosevelt dime. It could be a Lincoln penny or a Jefferson nickel or a quarter. But this is a 1965 dime that has that strike through. It's a mint error. This coin sold for $71 at auction. Time out, guys, time out. I'm about to show you something really cool. So are you ready for this? Check this out. You see this old bag of silver? I'm actually buying myself a bag, and I'm gonna search through silver on video so you guys can see what I find. Coins TV actually acquired these unsearched bags of silver from a major southern refinery prior to melting. It's true. It's vintage silver from the 1960s and prior that has not been searched or sorted. So that gives you the opportunity to get you a bag, look for key dates on, whatever silver that is in your bag, and you can look for, unique mint marks like RPMs, repunch mint marks, or double dies, things like that that can give the coin some extra value. Even if you don't find any errors, it's silver. It's an investment, It's kind of like trading money for money. You're not really spending that much more than what it's worth, you know what I mean? It's always going to be worth something. It has that silver value. So if you guys are interested in this, feel free to hit that link in the comments. I can't wait to do this video where we are searching through this silver bag. Hopefully you guys come back for that one. So of course the condition of these coins, the date of the coins, the type of error, and things like that will all affect the value of them. Now, this is a 1970 dime where the obverse was struck through a fragment. So pretty noticeable here. This coin sold for around $90 at auction. And again, very noticeable type of mint error. You won't need a microscope to see something like this. But let's move on to a more extreme type of mint error, a double strike taking place on the 1976 Roosevelt dime. I think this error kind of speaks for itself as well. The coin has been double struck, and this dime sold for around $120. Next up is a very cool error that I could see some people passing up that may just think that it's a damaged coin. However, it is actually a mint error. So this is where the cladding on the obverse of the coin here is defective. So you can look for missing clad layers on quarters, dimes, all kinds of other coins, right? This is defective cladding on the obverse of a 1978 dime. This coin ended up selling for a little over $100. We're talking about strike throughs, right? And I mentioned that a coin can be struck through a piece of cloth. We've looked at that on pennies, Lincoln pennies, and this is the case for this Roosevelt dime as well. Now, this dime is 90% silver, so it's from 1964 or prior, one of those years. You can't see the date because of the strike through on the coin, but you can see the textured design of the cloth. So that will give the coin value, a lot of value in this case, even though it's no date. Because this coin was struck through a piece of cloth, it sold for over $660 at auction. Authenticated by NGC there. And then also we have a die cap error. So you can look for coins that have been struck through a cap die, you know, on not just Roosevelt dimes, but on pennies and other coins as well. This coin does not have a date as a result. It looks very normal on one side, but you can see that it was struck through a cap die on the obverse of the coin. So this coin ended up selling for a little over $100 as well. Here's one of my favorites of the video, super rare error. Of course, you can see why. You see the Lincoln cent design along with the Roosevelt dime design, because we have a Lincoln penny that was struck 35% off center onto a 1989 Roosevelt dime. Now this is a $4,000 coin. That's what it sold for, over $4,000 at auction. I mean, to have or to find a coin like this is like a needle in a haystack, of course, but man, could you imagine coming across something like this? I don't even think I could sell it. I would be in love with it so much. This is just incredible. So always inspect your coins very closely, because you never know what you may find. And don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Feel free to check out those videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.